The sweat, the tears, the weightlifting, the extreme running, game days, summer workouts, travel, diet plans, homework, and standardized tests. Our student athletes make a lot of sacrifices, and we owe it to them to put them in the best possible position to receive a scholarship for all their hard work. ExposeU does just that. Give your student athlete the best chance of getting their performances seen by college coaches. With databases built for every sport on every level, choose ExposeU.
Yo, what's up, everybody? This is Ivor Warren. Some people know me as Coach Warren. Some people know me as Lamont, wherever I'm from. You know what I'm saying? Depending on who I'm talking to. But this is the first episode, or the first story of how they got signed to ExposeU. So before I get into all the players and stuff, I want the first story to be about why ExposeU was started. So I'm going to do a quick synopsis and go all the way back and bring it all the way forward. I'm trying to do this within like 3 or 4 minutes. So let me get started. Okay, back in high school, we had a lot of guys that was good at what they did, but we used to always hear coaches say, if you good, they'll find you. And all of these things, you know what I'm saying? And we had some guys that was pretty good that was getting recruited by Power 5 schools, but it wasn't a lot. But we had a lot of guys that was good that could have been a good player at the D2 level, D1 AA, you know what I'm saying, level, and developed into, great players because the height, the weight, the size, the work ethic, you know what I'm saying, all of that was there. Even all the grades was there. But we didn't really have nobody to believe in us, you know what I'm saying, to the point where they was going to do anything they could to get in contact with schools other than, your Power 5 schools, you know what I'm saying, the ones you see on TV all the time, on ESPN and all of that. So a lot of kids, went by the wayside as far athletically before, because, they could have went, me being in the business now, they could have went to schools and got their free education. But one, I don't think it was no drive there, for coaches to be like, oh man, let me do everything I can to put this kid in every pocket of every program, depending on the sport in the nation. Two, they probably, it wasn't even no system out to even do that back then with like the CDs and all of that stuff. I mean the DVDs, and then you got to send them out and do all of that stuff, right? So for each player, that probably would, to do what I do, you'd have to make over 3,000 DVDs, well over 8,000 DVDs just to cover the nation the way that ExposeU covers the nation now. So it was a conglomeration of don't want to, don't know how, and just didn't have a system. Okay, so we fast forward. I'm sitting there like, man, if I end up walking on to Tennessee State after the first year. I end up getting some money, all of that in track and field, and I go through my great program with my coaches in North Alabama Trackers and all of that. And these guys getting 100% people signed, but they putting this on the platforms to where the ballers and the killers at. Like, where I'm from, we was competing against the other side of the water. Like, and wasn't nobody ranked in the nation on the other side of the water. But when I got with Coach Happ and Coach Gould, these guys in North Alabama Trackers, USATF summer team, that's what got me rolling. Get to Tennessee State, have some success, get some money. Coach Kelly called us the coach at the time. Boom. I say, man, if I ever become a coach, I'm gonna make sure that my kids got a full service program to make sure that they can get out. You know what I'm saying? If I'm gonna deal with a kid, I'm gonna train a kid, I'm gonna use all this knowledge I know, then I ain't got no way to get them in front of people that write the check as far as scholarships. Then I failed them as a coach. So that's what led me going to Cafe Coco and building my first database out, rating it by hand. Everybody in the nation, every sport, every level, every coach on the coaching staff wrote it by hand. I was at Cafe Coco. If anybody from Nashville, Tennessee, y'all know Cafe Coco stayed open 24 hours a day. I was in there 18 hours a day for 2 months straight. 18 hours a day for 2 months straight, and I finished writing out the first database. Then I had to go back and type everything that I had just wrote out to create the database. So by then, I'm a teacher, and then this kid just busts in my room. He say, Warren, he say, man, they say you the man with the speed drills and can get kids fast and all of that, and they say you the guy with the recruitment process. I said, how you even know about the recruitment stuff? I said, I ain't even done it with nobody. He said, that's what they talking about. I was like, all right, whatever. But I like this enthusiasm when he kicked the door in and just interrupted my class. So I left the class and went outside. I said, if you beat me, if you beat me, I'll train you. Because I was still running. Went out there, I beat him, but I ain't beat him by much. And I was looking at him, I was like, man, I probably could get this kid to a 4.2. Long story short, I got him to not a 4.2, but a 4.3. Long story short, he came in running a 4.5. I got him down to a 4.31. He went to Arkansas State, broke all these records. But I trained him from scratch, and then I put him, he was the first kid I sent out in the database. The coach was so mad and so furious because he was getting, when I sent this kid out, remember, it ain't like now the portal and all this stuff. Like, when I sent this kid out with his tape of him running, his highlight film when he broke the record of interceptions, he played DB, he was about 6'1", he kind of rangy. You know what I'm saying? Like, I turned him into a monster. So when I sent him out, the coach had been on calls with college coaches for the whole entire day. So I go see the high school coach. He like, man, what did you do? I said, what you talking about? I said, I've been on the phone with college coaches all goddamn day. I say, is that a problem or something? All goddamn day they've been calling. There's this, there is that, there's this, there's that. I said, well, you ought to be happy that he's getting the attention that he's getting, because I sent him to everybody in the nation. D1, D2, NAIA. I sent him to everybody. He slammed the door, and I'm looking at him like, man, you ain't even happy that your kid getting this type of shine, and I can do this for all the other kids that's on the team. So it took him about 2 days. He come to the room. He say, all right, when I see what you did, blah, blah, blah. You took all this stress, this, boom, boom, boom. So I end up, getting every senior on that team except one at McGavick High School that year in Nashville, Tennessee. D1 AA, he's a D1 scholarship. They didn't even go NAI, none of that. All right. Boom. We fast forward. I just started developing my skills. You know what I'm saying? And that's how we get to ExposeU. Because now I'm understanding tech, understanding like UX design. I'm understanding mass mail tracking data. So I'm understanding like, okay, these guys, when I send them out, they want them to fill out a questionnaire. I say, well, let me go collect all the questionnaires in the nation, and then so I can go ahead and take care of that too. So now when they call back, it's already been done. Don't worry about it. All the email blasts is already coming to you. Don't worry about it. So then the Twitter blast, as social media and communication in a bulk setting continues to evolve, ExposeU, myself, I'm going to continue to evolve. So this is why, this is one of the main reasons I started ExposeU. I have generated over $20 million worth of scholarship offers for kids. And the way that I calculate that number is one kid might have 10 offers. So you do that number by times the school, times how much it costs to go, and then that's how I know this kid by itself might have generated, like 800,000. I really, be honest with you, I just quit. I didn't count a lot of the early stuff, and then I kind of lost count when I started doing like team concepts and sending out team things. So I think I know the number is actually higher than what I'm giving credit to. But right now, it's 20. I'm counting 20 back from a few years back. But this is why ExposeU got started. And plus, so many recruitment companies out here that's taking these parents' money, and they not doing nothing for them. Like some of them, you take your money, and you still got to send out the emails. You still got to do this, still got to do that. ExposeU, we built off simplicity. Same thing Apple built off. Simplicity, ultimate sophistication. You give me the stuff, you go to work and chill, you receive your data, after about 3 or 4 days of who opened what and did this, did that, and answer the phone, answer emails as coaches call back. We do all the work. So, and I wanted also to be a company, you know what I'm saying? Like I like to call it the dollar menu effect. Like when McDonald's came out with the dollar menu, that made everybody else come off their prices. You know what I'm saying? Like, and gave value back to the people. So I was able to construct this business in a way to where I could charge almost 50 to 80% lower rates than any of my competitors and do a better job of anybody that's out there. Because I keep simplicity in mind when I'm dealing with your kids. Okay? Who can get them money? The coaches. Who they need to see? The athlete. What they need to get? All the recruitment stuff in between. The PDFs of transcripts and all of that stuff. Boom. Let me get all of this, make it beautiful, send it to you. It's gone. So that's why ExposeU is doing the numbers that we're doing, because we keep evolving and we put people first. That's what we on. We on people first, making sure all that money you to save for your child, they can go to something else. They get better the kid's life or your life. And all this, I got people that bought houses from the money they saved by working with ExposeU. They invested this small amount of money. They got this many scholarship offers. And so they was able to save or further the kid's education after the 4-year degree with the money they saved for the 4-year degree. You know what I'm saying? So ExposeU, yeah, it's made to generate money, but it's made to change generations, if that makes sense. Because, you know, a lot of these kids that get dropped in the system, the price is where it's at because the common people can afford it. Ain't nobody got $10,000 to give a person on a hope and dream that they get a scholarship. Not the average person, okay? So that's why my price are the price. You got this, you know what I'm saying? But you might not have 10,000 to put in like all these people asking. It don't even take 10,000 to do all of this stuff, okay? They building off like, oh, you could generate 10 offers off one. Nah, we ain't doing that. All right, we have the one offer. If they get 10, that's beautiful. This is what it's gonna cost you, because I know at the end of the day, I know that this is bigger than ExposeU. You talking about your family. You talking about your generational maturity, as far as, you know, taking your education and your generation to another level, which is going to increase the income for generations to come once they get out of school and become young men and all of that. As y'all will see in all the stories that's going to come behind, you know, how did they get signed, and then I drop a little bit of what some of those kids are doing now, which they got an opportunity to ExposeU. If their parents don't run across me, then it's like, oh man, this, you know, they don't really know. So that's a little bit how ExposeU got started and why it got started. So thank you for listening to Story-1 of ExposeU. Man, I try to keep this thing at 3. I went to 12. You know, I kept it under 15, so I think I might be good. So, all right. I'll talk to you later. Thanks for listening. ExposeU. Remember, if you need recruitment, hit me up. I'm your guy. I'm going to take care of you. Okay? I'm going to take care of you, and then you're going to be good, parents, athletes, coaches, and anybody that just want to gift this service. So, all right, I'm out.